Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for round 2 of the 2024 Nations Cup taking place at Watkins, Glen in the Honda RA272 on the racing hard tires. And you can adjust your brake balance. I had it at +3 or 3 clicks towards back. You can adjust it depending on your driving style, especially since tire wear is not an issue at all. Your first braking point is the 400 feet board that is on the left, so you'll brake hard for a short while, ease off of the brakes as you're turning in, so doing a bit of trail braking. And you want to be really careful with these curves because these curves can upset the car's balance. So basically the rule of thumb, do not touch the curves unless if you absolutely have to, which is going to be the case for the first turn and the chicane that is coming up right now. Bring yourself towards the left, and you want to brake before the 400 feet board, slowly shifting down to keep the car nice and balanced. And you're just kind of trying to straight line it through here to make sure that the car doesn't step out too much. This long right turn, a little bit of braking control, just trying to slowly ease on the throttle. Do not hit too much of the curb that is on the left. Brake before the 200 feet board, and you're just trying to be really smooth with your inputs, as the RA272 does like to step out quite a bit, which will cost you a bit of time. Brake before you pass the 200 feet board once again, or the second Gran Turismo sign, and just trying to keep a nice tight line, exiting on third gear, and just trying to be careful with your throttle input. Brake before the 200 feet board, just try to keep a nice tidy line, nice and careful with your throttle input so the car doesn't step out too much, especially if you're going to hit the curb on the left. Brake before the 100 feet board. Here I do step out a bit, which does cost me a bit of time. So again, you want to be nice and careful with your inputs. Here you're looking for the 200 feet board, as that's your turning point, using a little bit of trail braking to make sure that you don't get on the curbs too much. Then brake before the grass on the right starts. You can go down to third gear for more rotation. Just make sure you exit on fourth gear. And that is it for the lap on chase cam. We'll go into bumper view in just a moment. There we go. So bumper view for those that prefer this perspective. Again, using the 400 feet board as the first braking point, and just trying to be really careful to here. The RA272 does not like curves, so again, you're trying to avoid it unless we absolutely have to hit the curves. This left turn in the S is a little bit of throttle control to let the car turn in a bit more. It is possible to take it flat out, but you have to get the turn in dead right to make that happen. Here you're braking before the 400 feet board, kind of just trying to straight line it through here, especially this first part of the chicane, because the car does hop around a bit. So if you're turning then hop, then yeah, you're not going to have a happy ending there. Just being nice and careful with your braking and throttle inputs for this long right hander. Brake before the 200 feet board, and here you do want to be a bit careful with your inputs. Just try to keep it nice and smooth. Don't let the car step out too much, because even though that's fun, that will cost you quite a bit of time. Braking before the 200 feet board, trying to keep a nice tight line towards the right. Nice and careful getting back on the throttle on third gear. Bring yourself towards the left, get a brake before the 200 feet board, and again, just try to keep it nice and tidy, nice and careful with your throttle input, especially if you're going to hit the curb on the left. Brake before the 100 feet board. This is where you actually do see me step out a bit, and that does scrub off a bit of speed, which will cost me a bit of time. 200 feet board on the right is your braking and turning point, so doing a bit of trail braking. Then look for the start of the grass on the right, as that is the final braking point. Briefly going down to third gear for more rotation, exit on fourth gear, and that is it for this lap guide. So going into, yeah, you're just barely poking into the 152s, and yeah, if you do plan on doing this race, you definitely want to at least practice the qualifying, because this race is pretty short. It's 5 laps, which is about a 10-minute race. So you want to get that banger of a lap, especially for qualifying. That way you qualify towards the front and you have less shenanigans to deal with, hopefully. But anyways, good luck for round 2. This is Mr. MCA, and I'll see you in the next video.